Ria TV, True FM.
Say Ria TV, True FM.
On Ria TV,
into True FM 96.1.
what's the meaning of the black barrier? The black barrier is to tell Joseph Walker if you don't organize yourself in a grateful manner, we'll give you a better level.
You might say what you want to say, but for us, we are here to make sure we build our country, that we are respected. We have donors that are coming because of the confidence.
Some news summary at 12. My name is Hansen Delta Present. Welcome to News and Analysis 30 minutes of news presentation about Liberia, Africa, and our one world.
Presenting this newscast is proudly sponsored by Orange Liberia and EcoBank Liberia Limited.
How is life after the presidency?
But before the presidency, the same life that what you see. I live a different life. You know, when I was not president, this life that what I live. You know, with my family and
I have a lot of interest in the health sector, the educational sector, and the agriculture sector. Roads, connecting roads, this stuff.
Yeah, we are calling international community to come to intervene for us because, like I just stated previously, we don't know who to trust.
Always make sure to turn on to our
Ria TV and listening to True FM 96.1.
Ria TV, True FM.
Say Ria TV, True FM.
On Ria TV,
into True FM 96.1.
what's the meaning of the black barrier? The black barrier is to tell Joseph Walker if you don't organize yourself in a grateful manner, we'll give you a better level.
You might say what you want to say, but for us, we are here to make sure we build our country, that we are respected. We have donors that are coming because of the confidence.
Some news summary at 12. My name is Hansen Delta Present. Welcome to News and Analysis 30 minutes of news presentation about Liberia, Africa, and our one world.
Presenting this newscast is proudly sponsored by Orange Liberia and EcoBank Liberia.
State Journal Aid 2024. Good evening and welcome to News Desk 45 minutes of news about Liberia, Africa, and elsewhere. My name is Hansen Deka, presenting in the headlines. President Joseph Walker suspends the top bra at the Liberia Drug Enforcement Agency following a chaotic scene at the agency's headquarters on Monday. Commerce Minister Ami Muda bows to the House of Representatives, pleased with the House to drop contempt against him for allegedly impeding legislative functions. UNICEF Liberia launches second round of polio vaccination as country representative Andy Brooks alarms over the deplorable situation of children in Liberia. And away from Liberia, Nigeria's trade unions suspend a general strike by workers that has brought economic activity to a halt this week. The details of these developments, the news bulletin, the voices of the newsmakers posts are all anticipated on today's edition of the news program. We take a break to rejoin you.
Ria TV, True FM.
Say Ria TV, True FM.
On Ria TV,
into True FM 96.1.
what's the meaning of the black barrier? The black.
Thanks for joining us. Up next is Marka Davis with the news bulletin and the foreign development. Good evening, Marka.
Good evening, Hansen. Good evening to everyone. President Joseph Walker has suspended the top leaders of the Liberia Drugs Enforcement Agency following a chaotic incident at the agency's headquarters on Monday, 3 June. The suspended officials include Director General Ibrahim Kumar, Deputy Director General for Administration, Wao Ko, and Deputy for Operations, Hassan Fadiga. According to the Ministry of Information press statement, all three have been suspended without pay pending the outcome of an investigation. President Boakai has condemned the disorder at the LDA, emphasizing that such events threaten public peace and hinder the government's efforts to combat illicit drugs. In response, he has appointed Christopher Peters as officer in charge of the LDA during the investigation. Peters is a highly trained security professional with strong recommendations according to the release. The investigation aims to uncover the details of the incident and restore order within the agency, ensuring the integrity of Liberia's fight against drug related crimes. The Liberian Senate has described as embarrassing the internal wrangling at the Liberia Drugs Enforcement Agency. On Monday, June 3rd, the headquarters of the LDA was a scene of scuffle between the head of the agency, Ibrahim Kumar, and his two deputies, Hassan Fabiga and Bao Ko. Meanwhile, the plenary of the Liberian Senate has termed the situation as a disgrace and required the Senate prompt intervention. During Tuesday's section, members of the Senate called on the leaders of the Senate to set up a committee to immediately probe the matter. As a result of the senators' concern, the plenary of the Liberian Senate instructed its Committee on Defense, Security, Intelligence, and Veteran Affairs to launch an investigation in the scuffle amongst officials of the LDA. Following minutes of debate on the matter, plenary mandated the Committee on Defense, Security, Intelligence, and Veteran Affairs to look into the matter and report on Thursday, June 18. Commerce Minister Mimo Dad has pleaded with the House of Representatives to drop the contempt against him for allegedly impeding legislative functions. Minister Modad, who was asked to appear before the House last week, provided all necessary documents leading to the cancellation of a scheduled trip in order to address the accusations against him. The minister's plea seemed to have worked as the House accepted his appeal and proceeded with the discussions on the reasons why he had been cited by the House. This decision led to a heated argument between Representative Yaka Koluba and the presiding Deputy Speaker Thomas Power, later led to Representative Koluba being thrown out of section. Still at the House of Representatives, the House has instructed Police Inspector General Gregory Coleman to work with the House's Committee on National Security to mitigate all of the risks associated with traffic and public safety. Plenary decision was trickled by a motion from Nimba County District 7 Representative Musa Ability. Representative Ability, who chairs the House's Committee on National Security, requested in his motion that Haji Coleman works by updating his committee on safety plans and gains made. However, appearing before members of the House on Tuesday, Colonel Gregory Coleman assured members of the House about instituting measures to mitigate some of the risk issues, especially on major highways. The police RG also pleaded with members of the House to kindly assist the LNP in the next fiscal budget to consider a budget line for maintenance for all police assigned vehicles. The police RG appearance was triggered by a communication from Rivergy County District 1 representative Alexander Poor requesting for clarifications on the many violations of traffic and safety procedures across the country. An arrest order has been issued for a port custodian at GTBank Liberia for allegedly stealing over 78,000 United States dollars from the bank. Magistrate Joe Bacon, according to RCR judicial correspondent, ordered the arrest of Fabrizio Sion based on a complaint filed by the management of the bank. Magistrate Bacon's arrest order instructed court officers backed by armed police to arrest defendant Fabrizio Sion to face prosecution in connection with the amount in question. Despite the arrest order, the court has also issued a travel ban for the GT Bank vault custodian. The defendant's ban has been circulated to all entry points to have him arrested if he attempts leaving the country. On May 16, 2024, according to the bank, defendant Fabrizio Sion, as vault custodian, purposely and intentionally stole and made away with said amount without the will and consent of GT Bank Liberia, absconded and placed himself in hiding. He allegedly converted the bank's money to his personal use and benefit with the intent to deprive the entity. UNICEF country representative Andy Brooks has alarmed over the deplorable situation of children in Liberia. According to the UNICEF country representative, over half of the children in Liberia are not in school, noting that the number of children dying after birth continues to increase, while teenage pregnancy is on the rise. Brooks made the assertion Tuesday in Painesville when UNICEF Liberia officially launched the End Polio campaign. He said the campaign, which was launched by Ghana soccer legend Michael Essien with a soccer march at the SKD, will encourage or ensure that every child under the age of 5 is vaccinated and protected from polio. Meanwhile, UNICEF Goodwill Ambassador Michael Essien has urged Liberian parents to ensure that their children are vaccinated in order to prevent the spread of the polio virus. The former Chelsea and Ghana superstar spoke Tuesday at the SKD Stadium in Painesville, where he featured in the Kick Polio Out of Liberia campaign march. Hussein also called on government and politicians to get involved with the fight against the deadly polio disease. Liberia and Ghana telecommunications regulatory bodies have initiated discussions towards an agreement on free roaming. This is the first move towards implementing a process that will charge local rates for mobile phone users in both countries while visiting. In 2017, ECOWAS adopted a regulation to control the international wholesale and retail roaming market, urging nations to work out lower termination rates to reduce charges and stimulate travel, trade, and tourism in the region. It will also allow all 15 ECOWAS nations to reduce roaming charges to the same price as their various countries. The process will require commercial solutions from carriers, allowing the cost-effective implementation of agreements in line with the ECOWAS regulation. The LTA Acting Board of Commissioners is in Ghana holding talks on the preliminary agreement that will see Liberia establish a first roaming relationship to enhance the telecommunications landscape. Acting LTA Commissioner Angela Cassell Butch, who is also presiding over the leadership of the LTA in the absence of a colleague, Abdullahi Kamara, described the initiative as a great news for Liberia, disclosing that the LTA looks forward to more engagement. The commissioners are expected back in country this Wednesday. The deputy commander of the Crime Investigation Division at the RRA Police Detachment, Flomo Tomkali, has described sophistication deficit as a major challenge to tracking down high code criminals in Liberia. A statement by the deputy CRD commander reported Tuesday morning on one day after a 68-year-old mentally ill woman was found dead with several pieces of condoms around her lifeless body in Dorotown, Lower Margibi County. Speaking to our Lower Margibi County reporter via mobile phone, former Tonkali noted that had the necessary equipment being available, those who allegedly gang raped the victim could be identified, apprehended, and reported to court. Also speaking after the incident, Cecilia Reeves, a neighbor of the late Ma Mary, who discovered the body during the early hours of Monday. Meanwhile, bystanders at the scene of the situation are calling on government to cater to the welfare of people who are physically and mentally challenged by ensuring that the social welfare agency work with them across all parts of the country. Bombing County Superintendent Beata Dolly is calling on Western Cluster Limited to halt mining operations in the county in abide by President Walker's mandate. The superintendent's warning to Western Cluster comes in the wake of reports that mining activities are continuing in Bombing County, despite the withdrawal of the company's road users permit. Recently, President Joseph Walker threatened to shut down the company for failure to abide by the agreement with the government, something that led to the suspension of the company's road users permit by the Ministry of Public Works. But Superintendent Miata Dolly noted that Western Cluster is carrying on serious mining activities in the county since the president made the pronouncement. She spoke to the station Tuesday from Tottenberg, Bombing County. Some youth and student leaders in Marquette County are calling on the Liberian Senate for the speedy confirmation of designated local officials of the county. The group under the banner United Youth of Margibi for Development and Progress at a press conference in the county Tuesday highlighted the critical need for the functioning and effectiveness of the local county leadership. According to executives of the group, developmental activities have been stalled within Margibi because of the lack of functioning local government structure. Reading the statement on behalf of the youth leader, Marcus Gawe lauded President Joseph Boakai for nominating qualified individuals of Marquis to spearhead the local government in the county. Gawe also frowned on the delay of the confirmation process and cautioned Senate Pro Tem Yumli Kanga Lawrence not to fall prey to what they called political manipulations by some individuals in the county for selfish gains. The student leaders therefore want the confirmation process to be done in at giving Margibi for representation at the local levels. Out of Liberia now, Nigeria's trade unions have suspended a general strike by workers that has brought economic activity to a halt this week. The decision comes after the government promised to increase the national minimum wage to at least 60,000 naira or 40 US dollars a month. This falls below the $330 that unions have been demanding, but double the current monthly wage. The strike began on Monday and led to the shutdown of the country's power grid, leaving millions without electricity. Government and union representatives say they will now meet every day for a week for further negotiations in hopes of a permanent solution. A civil servant in the northeast city of Kano told the BBC he was disappointed by the offer and wanted at least 100,000 naira or $67 US monthly. Well, that's the news bulletin and the foreign development.
Thanks to Margaret Davis for the news bulletin and the foreign development. The bulletin of news, it is a regular feature on the news desk. If you are just joining us, in one of the top developments we are following, President Joseph Boakai suspends the top brag at the Liberia Drug Enforcement Agency following a chaotic scene at the agency's headquarters on Monday. Let's bring you the voices of the news makers. The deputy commander of the Criminal Investigation Division at the RI detachment Flo Poly has described sophistication deficit as a challenge to track down hardcore criminals in Liberia. December, the deputy CRD commander reported Tuesday morning, one day after his 8-year-old A single woman was found dead with several pieces of condom around her life the body in Dorothy County. So the question may be also speaking after the incident. This is the reason neighborhood of the miracle whose body was discovered. Spoke to our reporter. While bystanders of the situation according to the government to cater to the welfare of people who are physically challenged by ensuring that a social welfare agency transcends from the state of dormancy. Bombing County Superintendent Niata Dulu is called on Western Cluster Limited to halt many operations in the county and above President Joseph Boakas' mandate. Superintendent's warning to Western Cluster Council the week of reports that mining activities are continuing in Bombing County despite the withdrawal of company's road users permit. The was Theater Dorley, Bomi County Superintendent calling on West limited to hot mining operations in the county about President Joseph Walker's mandate. She spoke Tuesday on Truth FM. Well, folks, if you are just joining us, a reminder of the top developments we are following on today's edition of the news program. News President Joseph Walker suspends the top at the Liberia an agency following a chaotic scene at the agency's headquarters on Monday. Commerce Minister Amin Buda bows to the House of Representatives, pleased with the House to drop contempt against him for allegedly impeding legislative functions. UNICEF Liberia launches second round of polio vaccination as country representative Andy Brooks alarms over the deplorable situation of children in Liberia. And away from Liberia, Nigeria's trade unions suspend a general strike by workers that has brought economic activity to a halt this week. Let's continue with more news. Activities are currently ongoing ahead of round two of the nationwide polio vaccination in Liberia. The government of Liberia, with support from UNICEF and other partners, is conducting two rounds of polio vaccinations for polio type 2, which was detected in Liberia in 2023. Marka David was part of activities marking the launch of vaccination Tuesday at the SKD Sports Complex and passed this report.
As part of key activities of the campaign to end polio in Liberia, global football icon and UNICEF Goodwill Ambassador Michael Efren was seen on Tuesday playing a charity match with Liberian children at the SKB Sports Complex in Plainsville. The former Chelsea and Real Madrid superstar is currently in Liberia and is taking part in discussions on efforts to end polio in the country. The government of Liberia, with support from UNICEF and other partners, is conducting two rounds of polio vaccinations for polio type 2, which was detected in Liberia in 2023. The first round was implemented on 10 May, synchronized with Sierra Leone, Guinea, and Cote d'Ivoire. And the second round of nationwide immunization was scheduled to begin this Friday, June 7th. At the event on Tuesday at the SKD Sports Complex in Plainsville, UNICEF country representative Andy Brooks explained more about the End Polio campaign.
The message is to get immunized, to get protected so that you can avoid the polio. There's two kinds of polio. The one that we're dealing with now, in terms of the outbreak, is what's called environmental sample. It's a sample that was found in the sewage system and it's related to the vaccine itself. It comes from there. So even though there's only 2 or 3 samples that were found, minimal samples, you still do universal coverage. And in fact, they found the same thing in the neighboring countries. Are you aware that there are 6 countries synchronizing at the same time? Cote d'Ivoire, Liberia, Guinea, Sierra Leone, Mali, and Burkina Faso. So all countries together, and this is going again on Friday. This Friday is the second round.
Brooks also mentioned that they hope to achieve more creating of awareness to reduce resistance to the vaccine.
We hope to achieve much greater awareness, minimal resistance. You all know there are resistances to vaccinations, not only this one. So if you can allow people to really believe this is going to protect their kids, then if you get 100% prevention of disease, that's our ultimate ambition.
Michael Essien, for his part, underscored the importance of protecting the young children from polio and preparing them for a better future. The former Ghanaian international football star also called on parents to ensure that their children are vaccinated, emphasizing that the vaccine is safe.
It is very important because children are future, and we have to make sure they grow healthy and to become something in their life. Having this to be ambassador for polio is also a great thing, and I'm fully supporting this initiative, and hopefully we can kick out this polio disease. I would like to encourage the families or the parents to make sure we get their kids vaccinated. It's very important. I had it when I was little. I got vaccinated, so I can assure them it's very safe. The government or the politicians should get involved. Message across for them to take the initiative and make sure every kid is vaccinated.
Also speaking at the event, Foreign Sports Minister Yara Kobanyalu found the presence of Michael Essien leading the initiative as they boast to the End Polio campaign and called on all all stakeholders to join the fight to eradicate polio.
He is an icon, and everyone knows that. To see him in the lead, doing this initiative along with UNICEF, shows a lot of messages out there. And so we support this. We are proud of Michael, who is an initiative from UNICEF to support what the national government already has. And I think this is an initiative intended to have all of us go up and be a part of these kinds of initiatives.
On behalf of the Ministry of Health, the head of the expanded program of immunization, Dr. Clark said Michael Essence visit to Liberia is to support the country and continue its polio-free years.
The second visit is a good thing for Liberia. The main here today is on supporting the country to ensure that we retain a polio-free status.
According to the World Health Organization, polio is an illness caused by a virus that may affect children under 5 years of age. It can lead to a person being unable to use certain limbs, also called paralysis. With the visit of the Ghanaian football superstar Michael Essien and the support of UNICEF and other partners and health experts, I'm hopeful that Nigeria can retain its polio-free status, especially with increased awareness to discourage public resistance of the vaccine. From the SKD Sports Complex in Israel, this is Martha Davis reporting for RCI News.
Thanks to Margaret Davis for the report. Let's now welcome our interpreter to bring us this 14th segment on the news program. Good evening now.
Good evening, Hansen. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Passion of Life. Hope Angels and Day Workers will open the one of the Liberia Basketball Association work area the sports complex in Israel. Commissioners will be two of Wednesday's fixtures at 5 p.m. in the first division category, while commissioners will take up policy orders in the last quarter of the day in the first division category at 7 p.m. to end all of the day's basketball activities. On Thursday, capital workers and cardinals will battle at 3 p.m. in the second division category at the same venue where global and Blue Eagles will clash at 5 p.m. in of the second division. Invincible 11th division second best performing team Pressure Bulls will play a basketball at 7 p.m. APRC orders to event the 1 point seeded against EP Captains when they visit Captains this Friday in the last match of the first division fixtures. Sister Smuggles and Arlington Commissioners will play at 5 p.m. in the first division at the SPD Sports Complex Basketball Gym. The Rockets and St. Weeks will commence Friday's basketball activities at 2 p.m. in the second division category. One of Liberia Kickball Federation's best committed player, Dallas Wilson, is honored in multiple in the sub-association's kickball ceremony. The Liberia Kickball Federation's honor was bestowed on player Doris Wilson for her numerous sacrifices she makes for the growth of people, especially the Mighty County team. The former Mighty County school received a standing ovation from all the 8 participating teams in the competition as a sign of appreciation for her commitment to ensuring that kickball improves in Liberia. Wilson played for Backside Green Eagle Kickball Club and DP County from 2007 to 9 and later played for Catawba County from 2017 before returning for active kickball. Former president of the Liberian National Kickball Federation presented a certificate of honor to former player Doris Wilson on behalf of the Liberian Kickball Federation. Fans for kickball and people who are happy in the former year PSG. Barbaton with John Real Madrid and Frank D when his PSG contract expires until June. PSG's small-term leading goal scorer refused to sign a year's extension to his contract and willing to solely trade away from the first team. Mbappe said PSG boss Luis Enrique and a vessel Luis Campos saved him. Mbappe helped PSG win Justice League titles, where he is also looking forward to a fresh start at newly crowned Champions League winners Real Madrid. And finally, Manchester City's Kevin De Bruyne has said he's open to everything as he discussed the possibility of a move to Saudi Arabia. The Belgian playmaker has 1 year left in his contract at City, where he has won 6 Premier League titles in the Champions League since joining in 2015. De Bruyne said it incredible contracts on offer in the Saudi Pro League could be appearing towards the end of his career and explained he had discussed his future with his wife. De Bruyne said that sure, he spent 2 years in Saudi Arabia and will be able to earn an incredible amount of money. The Belgian captain who was preparing for Euro 2024 missed almost 5 games of last season because of injury, as City won their fourth consecutive league title, playing just 26 games in all competitions. That's all for now, sports.
Thanks, Naomi Tapia, for the sporting segment on the news program. Let's bring in more development. Some youth leaders in Ivy County are calling on the Senate for the confirmation of designated local officials of the community. The group under the Bachelor United Youth of Magiri for Development and Progress at a press conference in the county highlighted the critical need for the function and effectiveness of the local leadership. According to the executives of the group, developmental activities have been stalled within Magiri because of the lack of functioning local government officials. Within the statement on behalf of the youth leader, Marcus Garwit lauded President Boakat for nominating qualified leaders of Magiri.
Some of the youth for development has been proven to the unjustified delay of information updates arguing with the government officials. On April 23, 2024, Excellency
Marcus Gawi is the spokesperson of the under the button of United Use or might be for development and progress. The Liberian Senate has described as embarrassing the internal wrangling at the Liberia Drug Enforcement Agency. On Monday, June 3rd, 2024, the headquarters of the LDA was a scene of scuffle between the heads of the agency, Ibrahim Command, and his two deputies, Hassan Fadikat and Mao Koum. The wide plenary of the Liberian Senate has termed the situation at the LDA as disgrace and required the Senate prompt intervention. Here is a highlight of the Liberian Senate. Highlight the Liberian Senate on Tuesday. Liberian and Ghana telecommunications regulatory bodies have initiated discussions towards an agreement of free roaming. This is the first move towards implementing a process that will charge local rates for mobile phone users in both countries while visiting. In 2017, was adopted a regulation to control the international wholesale and retail roaming markets, urging nations to work out lower termination rates to reduce charges and stimulate travel, trade, and tourism in the region. Acting LTA Commissioner Angela Bush, who is also presiding over the leadership of the LTA in the absence of a colleague, spoke on the matter. The voice of acting LTA Commissioner Angela Bush. They're bringing us to the end of this edition of the news program. News as we leave a few. These are the top stories to have been President Joseph Boakai suspends the top rank at the Liberia Drug Enforcement Agency following chaotic scene at the agency's headquarters on Monday. Commerce Minister Ami Muda bows to the House of Representatives, pleased with the House to drop contempt against him for allegedly impeding legislative functions. UNICEF Liberia launches second round of polio vaccination as country representative Andy Brooks alarms over the deplorable situation of children in Liberia. And away from Liberia, Nigeria's trade union suspend a general strike by workers that has brought economic activity to a halt this week. Thanks to our reporters, writers, editors, those who helped in making this Tuesday edition of the news program a success. Mark Davis read for us the news bulletin and the foreign news. Now, me Tapia Fata in sports. My Tobian sat behind the camera, Johnson Batama, able to coordinate the sound. And on behalf of the production team, my name is Hansen Decker, representing.
When it comes to communication in Liberia, Orange is number one.
Orange is the best. Orange is the best. Oh, Orange is the best.
Orange is the best.
Strongest network, widest coverage.
Orange is the best.
Fastest internet speed.
Orange is the best.
People, Orange is the best. Yes, Orange is the best. Lamakitie, Naratama, please woo. Company Guinea, that's a boga Orange. Top of number one. Swing it.
Company Tita, my Orange, I don't got it best.
Orange will mod you the telephone offer.
Reliable, trusted, and dependable.
Orange is about 7. Yeah, Orange is wrong.
Orange is the best.
It's all about what matters to you. Orange.
When it comes to communication in Liberia, Orange is number one.
Orange is the best. Orange is the best. Oh, Orange is the best.
Orange is the best.
Strongest network, widest coverage.
Orange is the best.
Fastest internet speed.
Orange is the best.
People, Orange is the best. Yes, Orange is the best. Lamakitie, Naratama, please woo. Company Guinea, that's a boga Orange. Top of number one. Swing it.
Company Tita, my Orange, I don't got it best.
Orange will mod you the telephone offer.
Reliable, trusted, and dependable.
Orange is about 7. Yeah, Orange is wrong.
Orange is the best.
It's all about what matters to you.
I would like to fund my account at any time, even here.
Right here, right now.
Here too.
Without moving an inch.
Here would be just perfect.
Henceforth, send money to your Orange Money account from your bank account and vice versa directly from your mobile phone. A simple and fast solution that is always available to ensure a permanent access to your Orange Money services. Anywhere, anytime, send money to your Orange Money account from your bank account from your mobile phone to cash out, to recharge, to transfer, to pay, to buy. To subscribe to this service, go to your bank branch office, partner to the Orange Money service. It's all about what matters to you. Orange.
I would like to fund my account at any time, even here.
Right here.
Introducing the Orange Money Card to Wallet service. How to transfer money from your bank card to an Orange Money wallet with the Card to Wallet service.
Go to the Orange Botswana website at www.orange.co.bw and select the drop-down menu and click on Orange Online. This will open a new tab which will ask you to sign in. Click on Sign Up to register for the Card to Wallet service as a new user. Enter your name, surname, the Orange number and email address that will be linked to this service. Proceed to enter your occupation and create and confirm your password, which you will then be required to sign in with every time you make a Card to Wallet transfer. You will then receive an email confirmation. Enter the one-time PIN that you received on your phone. Click on the email confirmation link to finish off the registration. Once the registration is complete, log in, click on Card to Wallet, then enter the Orange Money number you are transferring to and the amount. Continue by entering the source of funds, purpose of funds, and proceed to payment. Click the Visa or MasterCard option and enter your card number, your full names as well as the card expiry date. Proceed to enter the CVV number and click Continue. Enter the one-time PIN that you received on your phone to complete the transaction. Click on Continue to complete the transaction. And just like that, the transaction is complete. Introducing the Orange Money Card to Wallet service. How to transfer money from your bank